And just start by taking in a deep, slow breath in. And imagine yourself to be connected through that column of light, connecting in with the crystal energy of Mother Earth. And use that column of light that is expanding beyond your physical body into your auric field, moving from the great central sun all the way into the energy of Mother Earth, surrounded by your team of guides and guardians. Imagine yourself using that column of light as your energetic elevator to move through all the layers of the earth until you find yourself in the center of this beautiful crystal temple. And once again, I want to invite you to walk down the crystal staircase that leads into the hall of infinite doors, and each one of these doors lead into different crystal healing rooms. Just imagine moving down that crystal staircase, knowing that every step you take is taking you into deeper layers of your subconsciousness, taking you into deeper layers of money blocks and money wounds. Feel the presence of your energetic support team guiding you and assisting you. Just ask whatever you need. They're right here. You're not alone. Remember that you are in charge. You can bring in more light, more spaciousness at any time. So if there's parts that feel a little bit dark, just ask those parts to be illuminated, shining the light of awareness. And set your intention to move into one of the crystal healing rooms that is especially designed to heal your money blocks and money wounds. Your energetic support team is opening up the door, illuminating the room, and they will assist you as you start exploring your relationship with money and the levels of abundance. And just use all of your senses as you explore this crystal healing room. Imagine that it has no fixed boundaries, and you can make it as big or small as you wish. But just for now, for the purpose of this exercise, just open yourself up to making it more vast and spaciousness. Take another deep, slow breath in. And imagine that you can move around freely inside of this healing space. Become aware of any colors, any sensations. Again, knowing that you are completely in charge. If you want more light, if you want more space, just using the power of your intention and attention. And I want you now to imagine the energy of money entering into the crystal healing room. And just imagine that money is settling down, is sitting down in a chair, in a crystal chair. And just become a little bit curious as you focus all of your attention on money. And just using your physical and your energetic eyes to explore the energy of money. What does money look like? Can you see a shape? What size is it? Does it have a color? A texture? What is the general energy of money? Is it friendly? Is it hostile? Is it neutral? Or any other emotion that you are picking up? And as you focus all of your attention on money, just notice what it is doing to you. How do you feel right now when you are taking a good look at money? Are there any emotions, memories, images? And just tap into any childhood memories that are linked to money. What was the main belief about money when you were growing up? The people around you, did they have fights about money? Did it bring stress into their lives? How did it affect the family dynamic as you were growing up? When they would talk about spending money or not spending money. And just take a deep, slow breath in. And try to pinpoint one of the main beliefs about money when you were growing up. And tune into that belief. Is it a painful belief? Is it somehow linked to partnership, romance, work, maybe health and well-being? And take another deep, slow breath in. And tune into any joyful memories that are linked to money. Just seeing the scale of painful memories and joyful memories and everything in between. Tapping into the main belief systems about money and abundance as you were growing up. And take another deep, slow breath in. And I want you to focus back to the energy of money. All of your attention, all of your focus, all of your awareness is now back onto money. And I want you to feel into where money is located in the space and what is the distance between you and money. Just become aware of that. There's no right, no wrong. Just awareness of the distance between you and money. And just feel into what money must be thinking about you. Money's belief about you. And just become aware of what's going on in the body. If you're noticing anything in the body as you tune into what money is thinking about you. And now I want you to just shift the energy a little bit. So raise your hands in the air, and I want you to shake out your hands. Take a deep breath in and continue to shake it out, and use your voice. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, just make some sound, because we're going to switch perspectives. So just use the body a little bit to help you get into a different energy. Okay, one last time, a deep breath in, and on the exhale, using the voice. And now I want you to imagine that you have the ability to step into the energy of money. Just relax into it and notice what it feels like to be money. To look at what is going on in your reality from the perspective of money. It's as if you are looking through the eyes of money and observing yourself. And just imagine that you, in your present form, are also sitting in one of those crystal chairs, sitting across from money, but you're actually looking at yourself through the eyes of money. And notice what you are experiencing from within the energy of money when you look at yourself. What is the main emotion or feeling that money is picking up from you? Is it friendly? Is it hostile? Are you ignoring money? And take another deep, slow breath in. And from the perspective of money, notice if money feels like you understand it, that you get it. And notice the distance between the two of you, if anything has shifted, if there is more distance or less distance. And just notice if, from the perspective of money, if you want to move closer towards you as a person. Is that something that money wants to do? Feel into that. And also notice if there are any obstacles in between you and money. So become aware of any obstacles, and that could be a situation, it could be a person, it could be a trauma, it could be an aspect of yourself or somebody else. So what is the obstacle between you and money? And notice how money, the energy of money, is reacting, responding to that obstacle. What is this desire? What is the desire of money in regards to this obstacle? And we're getting ready to switch perspectives again, so take a deep breath in and use the voice. And raise your hands in the air and shake it out, really shake it out with the intention to switch perspectives again. And when you're ready, I would like to invite you to move back in to the perspective of yourself and look at the obstacle from that side. Look at the obstacle between you and money. How is that feeling inside of the body? Maybe there's some emotions, some memories. What is coming up as you are tuning into this obstacle? And just observe it, looking at the size. Is it a big obstacle? Is it a small obstacle? Is it something you can move around? Is it something you can bypass? Is it something you can jump over? And for now, if you can, just imagine trying to move closer to money. And notice what happens when you want to move closer. Maybe it means that you're a little bit closer to the obstacle. So please scan the field between you and money. Scanning the obstacle, scanning the field around the obstacle for any resistance, any judgment, any shame, guilt, a sense of unworthiness. Maybe there is some distrust. Or maybe there is just plain control and manipulation from other people. Maybe the obstacle is just somebody else, something else. Just become aware. Place all of your awareness, all of your focus on the obstacle. And ask your energetic support team to place a bubble of energy around the obstacle. Just for now, to contain it. And tuning into the field, the energy in the field between you and money. So what is the main emotion that is coming up? Resistance, judgment, shame, guilt, unworthiness, control, manipulation, distrust. And I want you to use your imagination to go to the very last time that you experienced anything like this in a situation where money was involved. It could be your money or dealing with other people's money. So as you look at the timeline of your life, you're in the present moment, and you can go all the way back as far as you can remember. What was the last time you experienced something like this where money was involved? And now let's go back to the very first time that you can remember. And know that you can go all the way back to the moment of conception, when you were in your mother's womb space. Even if it's pre-verbal, even if on a conscious level you might not, on a mental conscious level you might not remember it, but your body, the cells in your body will remember. So allow yourself to go back as far as possible, all the way back to the first time where you experienced emotions like this, where money was involved. Other people's money, your parents' money, family's money. And if you are seeing a clear age, like maybe it's 3 years old, 4 years old, 10 years old, whatever age is coming up for you, or maybe a teenager, or maybe when you had your first paying job, just call in those aspects of yourself into this beautiful crystal healing room. Invite them to come and sit with you in one of the crystal chairs Invite them in, because if they are coming up, then it means that they are part of your healing and part of your breakthroughs that you're going to have concerning money and abundance. So just call them in and tell them, I am part of you and you are part of me. And I am in the present moment working on releasing any money blocks and healing money wounds. And I need you with me to move into the future on a new timeline and a new reality where money and abundance can just flow into my life. It can come, it can go, and feeling that sense of safety and security in myself. But I need all aspects of me to come with me into the future. And just tune into the body. Where are you feeling it? A lot of the times in the lower energy centers, in the lower chakras, that's where we hold on to our survival energy, our sense of belonging, safety, feeling safe in the world, feeling safe in our family, feeling safe financially. So where are you feeling it in the body? It could also be that you're feeling it in your solar plexus, where we feel control and manipulation by ourselves, by others. And just use the breath to work through it. Every breath is a healing movement. And you are connected to that source deep inside the earth, where you can release and let go of any tension, any anxiety that is putting pressure on your nervous system, on your vagus nerve, on your psoas muscle. Just use the power of the breath. Imagine bringing up all of these emotions to the surface that are causing you to disconnect from money on multiple levels. And just imagine that any disconnection from the natural flow of money is keeping it out of your reach. Take another deep, slow breath in. Just take a few moments to scan the field between you and money. And this time we are scanning the field to see how clean it is, how pure it is. Just imagine a scale from 0 to 100%. 100% meaning that it is 100% clear and pure energy, where there is flow going in and out, no restriction, no judgment. And just tap into the level of contamination in the field. What is your percentage of the energy not being clean? And just focus on all of these emotions that are causing that contamination. You're focusing on the field between you and money, on your relationship with money. And for now, if you can, imagine opening up your heart and sending a wave of compassion and unconditional love into the field. And notice if something is shifting with the obstacle. Notice if something is shifting in the field, the level of contamination, if something is clearing up as you continue to imagine opening up your heart, sending waves and waves of compassion and unconditional love to money. And just notice what that is doing to the obstacle. If it is getting bigger or smaller. If anything is shifting in color or texture. Or maybe you are seeing images of people, memories of certain events. And remember that your energetic support team has placed a bubble of energy around the obstacle. But let's take it a step further and ask your energetic support team to infuse and surround this bubble of energy with the violet flame energy, with the intent to bring up any painful or negative emotions. To bring it up and allowing the violet flame to work with those negative and painful emotions. Tuning into that powerful energy of transmutation that is the violet flame energy. And just communicate with the obstacle. Ask the obstacle to communicate with you. Why is it there? What is the purpose? Just remember, it is safely contained inside of the violet flame bubble. It's completely safe for you to communicate with it, to gain deeper understanding and knowledge about the obstacle, why the obstacle is there. And for now, you can just hand it over to your energetic support team. You can just trust that they are continuing to work with the obstacle. And I want you to focus on the left side of this gigantic crystal healing room that you are in. And you notice on the left side that your mother is sitting there in one of the crystal chairs, with the energy of money sitting across from her. And as you look to the right side of this gigantic crystal healing room, you notice your father is sitting there, also with the energy of money across from him. And if you are adopted, or your biological mother and father did not raise you, I still want you to invite them, but you can also call in the other maternal and paternal figure in your life. So just invite them in. The females are sitting on the left side, and the males are sitting on the right side, with the energy of money across from them. And notice if there are any similarities as you tune into the distance between them and the energy of money. Any type of emotions that are coming up for them. Any obstacles that you can observe. Any energy of control and manipulation. And notice that your mother and your father also have their energetic support team present with them that is placing a bubble of energy around the obstacle. So in this moment, you can let go of feeling responsible for your mother and your father. You are just observing this And at the same time, you are orchestrating this beautiful opportunity to heal the money wounds and to clear up the blockages around money. But just hand it over to their energetic support team. In this now moment, clearly state that you are ready to let go of the responsibility to heal your mother or your father on any level, including finances, money, and abundance. And take another deep, slow breath in. On the exhale, anchoring in that promise to yourself that you are letting go of that responsibility. And feel your energetic support team right there with you. And now just imagine that on both sides of your lineage, you are calling in 7 generations of men and women. 7 generations on your mother's side of the family, and 7 generations on your father's side of the family. And per lineage, you have 2 rows. One are the females, and the other row are the males. The masculine and the feminine energy on both sides of the lineages. 7 generations into the past. And again, imagining that they all have the energy of money sitting across from them. They each have their own energetic support team guiding them, assisting them, and placing a bubble of violet flame energy around the obstacles that are present in the field between them and money. And you are now fully observing what is going on. Again, clearly feeling that you are totally releasing the need, the desire to heal your family. You can let go of that responsibility right now. And just tune into all of the ancestors 7 generations into the past. Try to imagine what their childhood experience was and what was passed on from generation to generation. As you see this lineage, all of them sitting there with their obstacles, facing their money issues. And with your energetic eyes, you can, with the speed of light, just scan their deep subconsciousness to see what beliefs, limiting beliefs, especially limiting beliefs, were stored into their deep subconsciousness. And as you look at your mother's lineage and your father's lineage, can you see if there is in each of those lineages a dominant belief about receiving money, about spending money? What would be the main emotion? Is it lack, abundance, regret, shame, fear, pain? Just tune in with the speed of light on both sides, on mother's side of the family, father's side of the family, 7 generations into the past, and seeing if there is like a dominant belief, something that was passed on from generation to generation, and that was also passed on to you. And just notice what is going on between you and money. What is the distance between you and money? How does the energy field feel? What's going on with the obstacle? And let's go even further back into your ancestral lineage. Just imagine this spacious, unlimited room that you are in, this crystal healing room. And just call in all of your ancestors on both your mother's side and your father's side. And let's go all the way back to the source of creation. And with the speed of light, just imagine that all of the ancestors are sitting there with money sitting across from them. Each and every ancestor has their own energetic support team. And if there are any obstacles between them and the flow of money, just imagine that beautiful violet energy surrounding it. And if you were to take an eagle's perspective and look at what is going on in this beautiful crystal healing room, you would see the power of that violet flame energy, cleansing, clearing, and healing a lot of the ancestral wounds and blockages in this now moment. And just see how all of these violet flame spheres, bubbles of energy, are connected. And you are orchestrating a deeper healing. So as you take a deep, slow breath in, you are giving all of the ancestors permission to do the same. And let's start using the exhale and the voice to consciously let go and clear any and all energies that you are ready to let go of and that the ancestors are ready to let go of. So as you take a deep breath in and open the voice on the exhale, you are giving permission. You are orchestrating this collective breath, this collective release. Take a deep breath in, using the voice to exhale. Sending it into the earth for healing and transformation. Whatever is ready to go, just let it go. The exhale using the voice. Remembering that you are breathing in as a collective, you are orchestrating this collective healing. And again, tuning into any dominant beliefs surrounding money and abundance that are popping up that you can kind of scan, see, okay, this is something in our lineage on mother's side, this is something in the lineage on father's side, this is a big block. And imagine that beneath every money block there is a money wound. And the beliefs that were heavily influenced by many different catalysts and trauma could be scarcity. It could be that some of the ancestors were risk takers when it came to money, and others might be overly cautious. There might be a belief in some of the ancestors that money comes easy and you need to spend it before you can make it. Or there might be a belief that money is hard to get and even harder to keep, that you have to save for a rainy day, or you need to hold on to your money for dear life. Maybe there are some entrepreneurs in your lineage that were successful or unsuccessful, or perhaps a combination of the two. So feel into that. If there's any ancestors that had a sense for business, for entrepreneurship, and then scan with the speed of light, scanning your ancestral lineage if there's also a history of being of service. Maybe a civil servant or serving in the military, with a very large focus on job stability, not stepping out of any comfort zones. And perhaps there is also some energy in your lineage that is tied into slavery. So tuning into any and all energies of slavery in your family history. A sex slavery, or just hard-working people that felt like they were a slave to the job. A sense of being in prison, doing hard physical labor, and perhaps even working themselves to death. So tuning into those energies in the ancestral lineage. Also tuning into any and all ancestors that were challenged to keep a job and have a steady flow of money. Any of the ancestors that were dealing with addictions like alcohol, drugs, gambling, sex, addictions to power, addictions to spending money, and how that affected the financial well-being in your lineage. And with the speed of light, just scanning and seeing if there is any energy that is ready to be released, and you can orchestrate this collective breath, and on the exhale, sending it into the earth for healing and transformation. And now let's go beyond the beliefs in the lineage inside of those families. What about the dominant collective belief of your culture, or different cultures if there is a mixture in your family? And what is the dominant cultural expectation? What is expected of the men and of the women when it comes to making money, spending money, holding on to money, saving money? And tune into your ethnic heritage, and imagine that every ethnic group has a very specific collective belief about what is good or bad, about having money or not having money. And again, scanning all of those violet flame bubbles, seeing if there's anything ready to be released. Take a deep breath in. And let's tune into the geopolitical environment. What is the dominant economic system that your lineage was faced with? Was it capitalism, socialism, communism, or anything else? Just tuning into the dominant economic system and all of the belief systems that are tied to those different economic systems. What are the dominant beliefs in that system? What is considered good or bad, successful or unsuccessful? And is it okay in that environment to show that you are successful? Or do you need to downplay it? Or perhaps you need to inflate it and make yourself either appear smaller or bigger. So tune into any and all energies that are linked to hiding money or showing off money, making yourself smaller or bigger. And what the reason, what the purpose for that is. Maybe it is safety, ego, acknowledgement, recognition. And take a deep breath in. The exhale, releasing whatever is ready to go into the earth for healing and transformation. And tune into the energy of your lineage on both mother and father's side. And tune into money, if it feels safe to have money, or if it feels dangerous to have money. And on the other side of that equation is it safe to not have money, or is it dangerous to not have money? And also tuning into the history of war and what both of your lineages went through when it comes to war. How did the war or the threat of war shaped or altered their beliefs about money and abundance? Take a deep breath in. And if there were energies of war, tune into the ancestors and their post-war mentality and how that shaped their beliefs and how that affected their relationship with money. And you can just from an eagle point of view look at all of these different obstacles in your lineage that are in between your ancestors and money, that are smack in the middle of the field between them and money. And again, inviting them for a big collective breath to inhale that pure crystal energy, and on the exhale, just releasing and letting go of anything that's ready to move into the earth for healing and transformation. And focus on your own relationship with money for now. Again, tuning into the obstacle, seeing if anything has shifted. What is the distance between you and money? How does the field in between you feel as you continue to clear and cleanse that ancestral energy, where every team of guides and guardians is helping your ancestors with the breath to continue to heal and process, to heal the wounds, to work with the money blocks. And for the purpose of this exercise for today, I want you to imagine dividing your ancestors into two major groups. And let's divide them into, one group is the wounded ancestors, the ones that have still a lot of issues, that have during their lifetime were not able to work through their money problems, their challenges, and that are still on some level working through that. And then the other group, let's call them, for the purpose of this exercise, the healed ancestors. And those are the ancestors that during their life were able to work through certain issues with money, or maybe in the afterlife they got a chance to review their life and work through certain things. And look at the size of the group, the wounded ancestors and the healed ancestors. And maybe the group of the healed ancestors is very small. And it doesn't matter. It could be a very small group. Just for the purpose of this exercise, you are dividing them into two groups. Now just imagine that the group of the wounded ancestors is taking to a separate part of this beautiful crystal healing room, and they are being guided and assisted by a group of loving beings that is placing a bubble of crystal energy around all of the wounded ancestors. so that they can take their time for healing, so they don't feel forced or judged. And just open up your heart to all of these wounded ancestors that are getting the support right now. So take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, just open up to the possibility that they are taken care of. You no longer have to carry any of their ancestral burden. Just imagine that you are completely free to drop any sense of obligation. And just focus all of your attention right now onto the healed ancestors. And notice what you are observing as you tune into them. Take another deep, slow breath in. And notice that there is an energy of abundance, of appreciation, the energy of happy money. And just feel how the healed ancestors really want to work with you. Not only for you in the present moment, but also for 7 generations into the future, your children and your children's children. And even if you do not have any children or no desire to have children, then it could be your nieces or other children that you come in contact with that might not even be your family. But somehow, what you are doing in the now moment is going to affect 7 generations into the future. And once again, focusing on the wounded ancestors that are being placed in that beautiful bubble of violet flame energy. And I want you to focus on how connected you still are to the wounded ancestors in your lineage on both sides. And just imagine that all of their beliefs about money that somehow were passed on to you are symbolized by energetic cords that connect you to them. And just scan your whole body and your energy field for any and all of these cords. Some of these cords could be linked to your lower chakras, but they could also be in any of the higher chakras as well. So just notice where these connections are being made. And also pay attention to the backside of your body. Ask that all hidden connections are shown right now. And if there is anybody outside of your family that has placed some kind of restriction onto your money flow, you can call them into the crystal healing room, completely surrounded by a bubble of violet flame energy, so that they cannot harm you, they cannot affect you, but you can see if there is any cording going on to them. It could be a situation, a circumstance, a person, an organization. And just see how all of these different energy connections are toxic in nature, and they are draining your energy, your resources, and your life force. And in this moment, you have the opportunity to say no to all of these different contracts that you've entered in, all of these different agreements, conscious or unconscious, with your permission or without your permission, to dissolve all of these contracts, to nullify them, to call them null and void in this moment. And ask your energetic support team to help you dissolve all of these energy connections that are draining you. And just imagine that you are able to pull your own energy back into your auric field, pulling it all the way back into the core of your body. And as you pull it back in, your energetic support team is sealing up all the holes and all the cracks in your field where those connections, consciously or unconsciously, were moving from your auric field, from your physical body, to another person, to another event, a circumstance, an organization, whatever it was. And just see, know, and feel that all of these connections are dissolved. And all of the energy, imagine how it feels having all of that excess of energy that you were just allowing to be drained out of your field without you knowing sometimes. How does that feel to pull that energy back in and to contain it inside of yourself? How does your container of energy feel as you take back that power? As you dissolve all of these toxic energy connections that were draining your energy and your resources and your life force and the flow of money. And take a deep, slow breath in, solidifying, anchoring that energy now fully into your own container, into your own body. And as you turn back to the healed ancestors, you can see that they are so happy, so supportive of you taking this step of breaking these contracts, and also breaking any contracts to any past lives that are linked to vows of poverty, to any organizations, to any religions. Just taking back that full power. And feel the love and the support of your healed ancestors as they now form a circle around you. And feel how your energetic support team is also forming a circle around you. And you in the center are receiving so much love and healing. And notice what that is doing to the field between you and money and the obstacle. Did anything shift? Did anything change? What is the size? What's the distance between you and money? How does the energy field feel? And as we move into our final stage, just visualize your relationship with money, also using the symbol of a container that can hold the flow of money. And just tune into the size, the strength, and the shape of your money container. Tuning into the flexibility, the spaciousness, and feeling if there's any rigid energy or restrictive energy, and how comfortable you are as you tune into this container. Is there a sense of contentness? Or do you still feel some judgment, some anxiety? And as you tune into the container that is the symbol of your relationship with money, your ability to receive money, your ability to hold on to money, can you imagine, just for now, can you imagine expanding that container? What would happen if you expand that container? Or what would happen if you make it smaller? And just play with that energy. And in this now moment, what would be the perfect size of your container? Where you feel comfortable, where you feel at ease. And just take another deep, slow breath in. And now let's scan your container, which is the symbol of your ability to hold on to money, to receive money, to nourish money. And notice if there are any holes, any cracks, or any leaks in your container. And ask for all of those holes, cracks, and leaks to be shown to you, the ones that are hidden or the ones that are in plain sight. And maybe this is the first time that you are consciously looking at all of these holes, cracks, and leaks in your container. Maybe those holes, cracks, and leaks came into existence because you were not willing to keep track of your income or track of your spending. And maybe there was some resistance to paying bills. So just imagine that all of these holes, cracks, and leaks can be a symbol for not wanting to look at your finances, not wanting to do good accounting because it's too challenging. And just ask yourself, tune into what is a small step that you can take to start managing and upkeeping your container in a better way. How can you start dealing with the holes, the cracks, and the leaks? And how can you start taking charge, taking responsibility for the condition of the container? And again, tuning into the perfect size of the container at this moment in time. And I want you to tune into the maximum amount of money that would feel comfortable for you to have it in the now moment. And by feeling comfortable, I mean having that money at your disposal without worrying about losing it or breaking the container. How much money could you allow into your container in this now moment? And knowing there's no right or wrong, this is just an exercise to become more aware of where your boundaries are and what would feel good to you, what would feel comfortable to you. And imagine increasing your stream of income right now. How much percentage of extra money would feel comfortable to you? And again, there's no right or wrong. Just working with wherever you are at in this now moment, knowing that you can make the container smaller or bigger to fit your level of comfort. And also knowing that a bigger container is not always the source of more happiness. So just tune into where you're at right now, tuning into the current size of your container, and just for now, if you can, opening your heart in gratitude for the size of your container in this now moment. Knowing that the attitude of gratitude is a powerful magnet. And just take a deep breath in as you open your heart to allow more gratitude to flow between you, your money container, your relationship with money. And remember, it's finding the perfect level for you, not what your family, your culture, or the world is dictating. This is about you connecting to your heart's desire. Take another deep, slow breath in. And again, tuning into the obstacle. What is going on right now as you scan the field of energy between you and money? Is there anything you're noticing when it comes to the obstacle? Did it shift? Did it change? Did it become smaller? Did it become bigger? Knowing that there's no right or wrong. It's just what it is and what you can work with in the now moment. And again, scanning your auric field in your physical body to see if there are any hidden connections that are still linked to the ancestors or to anybody else in your life, any organization, and trusting that your energetic support team will help you whenever you notice any connections that are draining you, your energy, your resources, your money, your time, your life force, that you have already set the intention to dissolve all of these agreements and these contracts that were made consciously and unconsciously. And just tune back in to your money container and field of energy between you and money. And let's see if you can open up to the possibility of having multiple streams of income to make your container more solid. Asking to get guidance and information in the days, the weeks, and the months to come on how to possibly call in more alternative streams of income. And it could be something that you haven't even thought about up until this now moment. Something that is so natural to you that you do not even know that you can make that into something that will bring money into your life. A lot of the times, our greatest talents feel so natural to us that we don't realize that that could be an additional stream of abundance flowing into our life. And let's tune into the money container and the size of the money container in this now moment. And tapping into your goals, your desires. What would you do if there was no restrictions regarding money? What would you decide in regards to your gifts and talents, the work you do in the world, the place that you live and the people you live with? your relationships. So let's just tune into that idea that money is not an object. Let's say there is an infinite, abundant stream of money and abundance. What would your life look like? What would you change? What would stay the same? How would you support others and ultimately the planet? And just use this exercise to pinpoint if there are any areas in your life where you are living in survival mode and where you are not completely living in alignment with your highest excitement. So just use the example of having an infinite stream of money and abundance flowing into your life, making you completely independent and sovereign, not needing anybody else to sustain yourself. How would that shift your life? What would you change? And take another deep, slow breath in. And once again, tuning back into your current money container, the size of your money container. Feeling into the flexibility, checking it for any holes, any cracks, any leaks. One last time, scanning the energy field between you and money and noticing what is going on with the obstacle. Is the obstacle still there? How present is it? How big is it? And know that you can continue to work with the obstacle as you gain deeper understanding of what your goals are, as you connect in deeper with the healed ancestors. And just tune in with the healed ancestors. Ask if they have any messages for you in this now moment. And one last time, tuning into the wounded ancestors that are in that beautiful violet flame bubble, getting all the healing that they need. And trust that they are safe and supported. And the ones that are ready, almost ready, to step into that other group of healed ancestors, know that that is a possibility, and that you can just trust that whatever is happening for a good reason. And you can bow in gratitude for your wounded ancestors, thanking them for showing you all of these obstacles. And they are bowing gratitude to you for offering them this opportunity to heal. However long it may take, there's no pressure, there's no judgment. Even if it takes them millions of years, it is okay. And for now, You can also bow in gratitude to your healed ancestors, making a heart-to-heart connection and feeling a wave of love, compassion, and gratitude flowing between you and them. Knowing that you are connected, that at any time you can call upon the healed ancestors for wisdom, for guidance, for support. Maybe some of these healed ancestors want to become part of your energetic support team. Just open up that invitation. And for now, you can say goodbye and know that you can revisit them and this beautiful crystal healing room to heal the money wounds and remove the money blocks at any time, just simply by using the power of your intention to return to this place and to work with them. And take one last deep breath in. If there's anything you wish to release, this is the time. Let's do that a couple more times. Deep inhalations and using the voice to really let go of any and all obstacles and blockages that you are ready to let go of right now. Two more times. And one last time. And start making your way back into the present moment. Coming back to your body. With the speed of light moving from the crystal healing room back into the center of the crystal temple, using that column of light as your energetic elevator, and imagining yourself to be back in the room that you're sitting in. And just start to move your feet, stretch out your arms, wiggle your fingers and toes, and when you are ready, you can open your eyes.